Now, this might seem like an odd thing to say, you know, do you really care what people wear to your party? If you were having a party, would you guys care? Obviously, usually there's some sort of dress code on the invitation.
Yeah.
How important do you guys think dress code is for parties? Mon, you had a wedding. Did you care what people wore to your wedding?
Yep.
You want to think about that?
I did.
Yeah.
Because it was a very formal venue, so I wanted to make sure that, you know, everyone was dressed very formally. So we did have black tie. I also wanted people to feel good about themselves, so I wanted them to really, you know, dress really nice. I think it just depends on the kind of party you want.
Yeah.
And what's the venue? You know, if I was going to have a cocktail party and it wasn't going to be, you know, this really formal sit down in this really grand place, maybe I wouldn't have had a black tie. Maybe I would have just had neat casual cocktail.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want people to feel uncomfortable in the venue space either. So you know, and I knew that we were all going to be very dressy. So it's I think it's important. So for example, on the weekend I had a bridal shower, which it was like a family and friend, and I had some relatives say to me, what's the dress code? Because there wasn't a dress code on the invitations. It just helps your guests be like, okay, I know exactly what this is going to be then.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can be prepared. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can be prepared. Like, you don't have to feel stressed going into the party.
Exactly.
Especially as a girl, I feel like we'll go, oh my God, am I going to be dressed?
We put so much preparation into it.
Yeah, we're like, am I going to be dressed appropriately?
Yeah.
Like, am I not going to be too dressy? Am I going to be too casual?
But I think you also have to be practical about it. Not long ago I had an engagement party, and it was in the afternoon, it was in just somebody's back garden, and they wanted everyone to really dress up, not just, you know, shirt and pants, like dress up.
Yeah.
And it felt overdressed for the type of event. It was in the afternoon, we're standing in the sun, and everyone's wearing like a suit and tie.
Yeah.
It just didn't
Almost
fit.
wasn't comfortable.
It wasn't comfortable,
Yeah.
and it didn't really fit the occasion.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah.
And so if they had said neat casual, I think everyone still would have enjoyed it.
Dressed
It
up.
still would have looked nice, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. So sometimes people can go a bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have got to be conscious of that. And, you know, wearing this was in somebody's back garden, and everyone's wearing high heels.
And they're sinking.
The girls couldn't
into
walk
the
around
ground.
properly.
Yeah.
So they're pulling their heels out of because it was soft ground, out of the dirt.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a good experience for the guests. So it gets back to the guest experience. Dress up parties are fun.
Yeah.
So if you have a dress up party, 99% of the time people will dress up, and people go to effort to pick something that's going to suit that theme.
Yeah.
And so that is part of the party experience. So choosing your costume beforehand, some people might see it as a bit of a hassle, but a majority, I know from experience, like that.
Yeah.
They like going and choosing a wig and what else am I going to wear, and what necklaces and whatever it might be for the theme. And so when they come to the party, they're in a different mindset already.
Yeah.
They're dressed as hippies or as, you know, in a jungle theme or whatever it might be. And so the atmosphere for the room when everybody walks in at that early part of the night is very different.
Yeah.
Talking about mingling, if everyone comes in and
I was saying that too.
you're dressed in something really out there and you're dressed in something
Or we're dressed in
different.
the same costume. And then we're like, oh, look at you.
You know, it's funny, it's a talking point, oh, you've got a different wig to me, blah, 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 blah. It's very different, so it creates a better party experience.
Yeah.
When I had my 40th, you know, I wanted to have a dress-up party, and I was conscious that if I had guests that didn't want to dress up, I didn't want them not to come because they felt like they had to dress up.
Yeah.
So again, I went back to the guest experience and thought, well, how do I do this? So I put on my invitation, come dressed in a jungle theme of any, you know, you think suitable. But if you don't want to dress in jungle theme, a touch of jungle. So it might be a wristband, a headband, a green t-shirt, or you know, so that they still feel part of it, but they haven't, you know, they're really,
They still feel
They don't
comfortable.
feel left out.
That's right. They don't feel like they're a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And they don't, you know, because as I say, some people go, oh, it's a big effort to go and get a costume, or it might be an expense, and they didn't have the funds to do that.
Yeah.
And I would rather them come because they're special to me, but they still fit it in with the party. So it's really important. I have heard of scenarios where, and I think this is a bit cruel, but also funny at the same time, where they tell everybody. They tell a group of people it's a circus party.
Yeah.
And so I know all these people that went to a party dressed as clowns and all sorts of, there was a group of about 10 people, they dressed up as clowns and all these circus entertainers, and they come there and everyone else was just dressed formal and normal clothes, and they walked in the room,
terrible.
and it was a bit cruel, but everybody thought it was funny. You know?
Everyone but them.
Yeah, right. Well, yes, it didn't go down too well with it. Once I saw the funny side of it, but I have heard of that happening as well. I wouldn't suggest to do that unless you've got friends that are really funny and like that, you know, happy to go along with the joke.
Yeah.
But you could go down those lines of doing something like that as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, obviously the dress code is very important now. If we also get back to the dancing side of things,
Yeah.
you know, you said for your wedding, you know, people wearing high heels and stuff. If you want people to wear to be on the dance floor all night, it's really hard. I don't know because I haven't danced in high heels. But to dance for 3 hours maybe in high heels is a big thing. So one of the key things you can do here is ask your guests to bring some sneakers. Put those on for the dancing side of things.
Yeah.
Yes, dress code very important.
Yes.